Let's be honest. Artificial intelligence is pretty much everywhere now, right? It's in our marketing, it's powering customer support, it's even helping us sift through resumes. It's really become a standard piece of the toolkit for almost any small business.
But with all this new tech, there's a huge new question looming, especially if you have any customers in Europe. What on earth is the EU AI Act, and is this something you, as a small business owner, actually need to lose sleep over? Well, we're going to break it all down and get you some simple, clear answers.
So first things first, what is it? Well, the EU AI Act is basically a new set of rules from Europe for how AI can be used. And probably the easiest way to wrap your head around it is to think of it like GDPR, but for AI. It's all about making sure AI is used safely, that it's transparent, and that it doesn't trample on people's rights.
Now, you might be thinking, oh, that's just for the big tech giants, right? Well, not exactly. This law has a really wide net. If your business is based in the EU, or even if your products and services just affect people inside the EU, then yep, this law applies to you.
Okay, so how does this whole thing actually work? It all boils down to one central idea, and if you get this, you'll get the whole act. It's called the risk-based system. The whole philosophy here is actually pretty simple. Not all AI is created equal. You know, a basic spam filter in your email just doesn't carry the same kind of risk as an AI that's deciding whether or not someone gets a home loan. So the law is all about context and how much an AI system could impact a person's life. In fact, you can pretty much boil this entire regulation down to just one question. How much harm could this AI system cause if something goes haywire? Your answer to that question is what determines exactly which rules you need to follow. So, based on that answer, the Act sorts AI into a few different buckets. The next step then is to figure out where the AI tools you're using fit into these three main risk categories. This table lays it out really nicely. Way down at the bottom, you've got minimal risk. Think spam filters. You're pretty much in the clear there. Then in the middle is limited risk. This is where most common business tools like chatbots or content generators are going to land. But the one you really have to pay attention to is that top category, high risk. That's for any AI that helps make big decisions about people. Let's drill down on that high risk category for a second. We're talking about AI that could really change someone's life, their job, their finances, even their health. So, if you're using an AI tool to screen resumes, to help decide on loans, to set insurance premiums, or to assist with health decisions, chances are you're dealing with a high-risk system. And you can see here just how different the requirements are. For a limited-risk tool like a chatbot, the big rule is just transparency. You just got to let people know they're talking to a bot. But for a high-risk tool like that resume screener, the rules are way stricter. You're going to need human oversight and a whole lot of documentation. Good news? For most small businesses, the burden is going to be pretty manageable. Just to be super clear on this, for the vast majority of businesses using things like chatbots or AI content tools, the rule is incredibly straightforward. People just need to know when they're interacting with an AI. Seriously, a simple disclaimer is often all it takes. Okay, so you've got a handle on your AI and its risk level. The next big question is, when does all this actually kick in? Let's take a look at the timeline. The good news is, you don't have to do everything tomorrow. The rollout is happening in stages. Most of the heavy-duty rules for high-risk systems will start to apply in 2025, and then everything will be fully in effect by 2026. So, you've got some time to get ready. But, and this is a really big but, waiting until the last minute is a terrible idea. Why? Well, for one, changing how your products work or how your team operates takes time. And even more importantly, your customers and your business partners are going to start asking you about this stuff. If you're caught flat-footed, it could really damage trust and maybe even cost you business. So, knowing all that, what should you actually be doing right now? Don't worry, we've got a super practical 5-step action plan you can start using today. Yep, we've boiled it down to just 5 simple, practical steps to get the ball rolling. And the best part, you absolutely do not need a team of lawyers on speed dial for this. This is all about you getting awareness and getting control. All right, here's your plan. Step 1, just make a list. Seriously, write down every single place your business uses AI. For step 2, look at that list and ask a simple question for each item. Does this thing affect people or any important decisions? Step 3 is about taking action. Be transparent. Tell your users when they're dealing with AI. For step 4, go talk to your vendors. Ask the people who make your AI tools how they're getting ready. And finally, step 5, make someone responsible. Put one person in charge of keeping an eye on all this. But you know, this really isn't just about dodging fines or ticking boxes. There's a much bigger picture here, and it's one where you can actually turn all this compliance stuff into a major advantage for your business.
I think this quote just nails it. Done right, it's not just about compliance, it's about trust. This whole regulation is an opportunity. It's a chance to prove to your customers that you're using technology thoughtfully and responsibly. That's how you build real credibility and make your business stronger for the future.
So here's the bottom line. The EU AI Act is coming, no doubt. But for most small businesses, it is absolutely manageable. Think of it as a roadmap for building a better, more trustworthy relationship with your customers. So the real question isn't just, are you compliant? It's, is your business ready to build that trust?